Joseph, what really stood out to me from your highlight video, man, was just the same mechanics for each kick you had. From all your field goals, everything was the same, how you finished. Now, your finish might be one little difference off, but how your mechanics, all your time and everything else was consistent. And that, as a kicker, is what you need, because consistency is going to help the just the mind of, boom, this is how I'm doing it. You watch the NFL guys all the time. They have the exact same routine. Everything's to follow through the same. It's just changing where you're at on the field, okay? That's what I really love about you. Now, my suggestion for your highlight video, okay, are the following. The first thing is to have an information slide at the very beginning, all right? And on this, the best way to go about it is to go on Canva, okay? This is free. And we want to do is on a slide from Canva, we want to put your name, school, graduation year, position, height, weight, X account, email, and phone number. Okay, and on that, we want to put the information on the left, put a picture of you on the right. Okay, download that and then upload that to the very first thing on your Huddle highlight video. And the reason we want to do this is for a couple of them. First thing is that way all your information is right there for a coach to see. Okay, he can see how to follow you, how to get in contact with you, your height, your weight, your school, everything he needs to see. All right, for recruiting purposes, what's very important. Now, with that being said, okay, like I said, the X account and phone number, we want to have those on there too, because in college, coach's time is very valuable. And if he has to go search for that stuff or he can't find that stuff, he's going to pass on a kid. Okay, I've had to do that with sometimes trying to find a kid on X or get his phone number, track him down. I like the kid, but I can't have no way to get in contact with him, so I have to pass. Okay, just one of those deals. We want to make sure that's available for the coach because of how short and valuable their time is. They cannot keep searching all the time, so we want to make sure we have that available for them. Okay, now being a kicker, okay, things are a little bit different for you and how you kind of do things with kind of how we normally do. Because normally after this, we'd say, okay, go on your video. But for you, with your season stat info, like you had on there, make that another information slide right after your info slide, then make another slide with all your stats on there. Okay, now, list that on there, okay, then go to the next thing, all right, is your spot shadow. So the spot shadow is the point that's going to stand you out, make sure coaches see where you're at and everything else. So make sure you add those on there for each play, all right. Now, the next thing on there is we want to make sure within all of our plays we have a description. Okay, you can make this a caption. Okay, typically we don't do captions, but for a kicking standpoint, we want captions. Okay, so you go to say your kickoffs, for example. Okay, we say, hey, kickoff, you kicked it, we are 2 yards deep, or landed at the 2, or landed at the goal line. All right, you go to field goal. Okay, left hash, 43-yard kick. Okay, don't need to say good because if it's no good, we're not going to put that as a highlight anyway. Same thing with PAT, just kind of showing that. All right, just put PAT, boom, they can see the operation time and go from there. All right, go ahead and put those things in those detailed captions. Okay, because sometimes, like even watching some of your field goals, I couldn't tell if it was a PAT or if it was a field goal. Okay, just make sure that stuff's in there. That way, it's detailed for that coach. All right. That way they can see as a special teams coordinator, special teams guy, okay, and as a kicker, that's where things can be a little bit different for you in your highlight video. All right. Now, with that being said, we want to add in the information slide, add spot shadows, and add the captions, okay, with the details just of the kick. All right. We want to go to our sequence of plays, okay, and in your sequence of plays, we want to start off with all your kickoffs, okay, and then we want to go to your field goals and then your PATs, okay. Now, if you have punting, all right, add that in as well after these things, okay. Do your long punts. And then you can add in your situational punts if you're coughing corner or backed up, okay, that type of deal. Now, within each of these sections, you want to have about maybe your best 5 or 6 plays, all right? Maybe 3 or just however many you got in there. Because as a kicker, it's kind of hard to determine those things, okay? So have your best 3 to 5 to 6 plays on there if you can, all right? Now, one thing that's going to help you too is you can speed, or from when you start the clip and end the clip, you can let it go just a little bit longer, okay, both sides of it. Make those clips a little bit longer. They don't got to be so quick because sometimes those coaches are processing that little in-between time, watching your steps, watching your operation and everything else, okay? Now, on your sequences of plays, so starting off with your kickoff, these 2 plays here that I have timestamped, these would be the first 2 ones I would start out with. We want to show off that leg strength, okay? How long you can kick the ball. We want to show that off. So that's the first thing we want to start off with. So going to the 47-second mark, all right? Boom, kickoff, landed at the goal line, okay? Put that in your description. They can see it. Boom, great job there. Go to the next clip, just like you've got. That's a perfect setup right there, okay? The next, we'll skip to the 103 mark here, okay? All right, same thing. Now, this one here is an onside. I would add this. I wanted to put this one in here special, okay? Don't necessarily make this your second clip for your kickoff, but make sure you put this at the end, okay, in this section, because this is a great onside kick there. Boom, 10 yards. That guy should have had a chance and should have recovered it, okay? Missed it, all right, but a great job there. You guys, looks like it's still you recovered, okay? So it's a great kick there. Make sure we put that in there at the very end of that, all right? Next, go to your field goals, okay? Going to the 12-second mark here, all right? This one here, boom, left hash, however far the field goal was, all right, they know it's good, otherwise it wouldn't be on there. It's a great kick. Good height, good timing, everything was perfect there. Good consistency, okay? Now, going to the 41-second mark. Passed it right there, okay? Going to the 41-second mark, left hash, boom, same deal, okay? Good timing, okay? Great job there. And the reason I like that too is because obviously you can tell it's a important kick because you can see the sideline and how you guys are reacting, all right? That's why I like showing that stuff, okay? And then going to the 17-second mark, boom, You can see your timing, your operation, all that stuff's good. Sometimes your operation, you get a good kick, got a good height. We want to make sure we've got that on there. Okay, then follow that up with your PATs. Okay, like I said, add the information slide. All right, add the information slide, do the spot shadows, add your captions, okay, and then change up your sequence of plays with those detailed captions, okay, because we want to put all of our best plays. That's what we're showing our leg strength and going to field goals with our accuracy, and then you can go to PAT. The reason we want to do that is because we got to keep that coach's attention, keep him watching. All right. Overall, this will provide a more dynamic highlight video for college coaches. Now, after going over the game film feedback, let's take a look at what divisions you should target. Okay, I'm basing this off the most recent highlight video, which is exactly what college coaches are going to do and where the athlete can receive a scholarship right now. All right, this is based on a few criteria. First thing is graduation year. Okay, it is your guys' time. Okay, we got to get the ball rolling on things. Okay, they're kind of in the spring ball mode right now as college coaches. So but as soon as they get done, boom, they're out on the road recruit. They're done on a Saturday, Monday. They're Sunday night. They're driving to wherever they're going, whatever hotel they're staying at, because they're going to go start recruiting. Okay, so we got to get the ball rolling on that. Use this to your advantage. All right, now is your time. Okay, next they're going to go off size, accuracy, and leg strength as a college kicker. Okay, now the evaluation, the current evaluation is what I'm giving you is not a projected for later on. Okay, this is based off the film right now. So with that being said, the levels you should look at today for a scholarship are D3 and lower to mid NAIA. All right, now you should start getting interest from these schools, possibly offers as well, being a 2027 kid. All right, now if not, you need to start the communication process with these coaches through emailing and calling them. Okay, like I said, we got to be the one that's going to be on top of things. You need to start getting your name out there through social media, DMing these coaches. Make sure you're following them on next. Once you redo your film, boom, send it out to them. Okay, get that ball rolling, because you got to make sure you're marketing and branding yourself in the correct way. All right, which is going to help you with what you need to know, you need to do for these prospect camps coming up this summer. Okay, you may not attend as many because you're going to be attending a lot more kicking camps. All right, but the ones we get an invite to, or we have a coach that watches our film, we know they like our film and they want us to come to camp so that way we can see them. Okay, or they can see us and we can see them. That's going to help you be able to introduce yourself to that coach. Okay, so make sure you're putting your money with those camps, with being the ones you're in contact with, and with these kicking special camps. Okay, so that's going to help develop that relationship. Now, when you send that midseason highlight, you're going to have that relationship with that coach. Okay, and they're going to know, watching, bam, man, I remember him watching kick that 40-yard field goal, or the 30-yard field goal, right hash, left hash, whatever it was. Okay, now they're going to remember that stuff. But here's the deal: how can we also go attack these levels and get better? All right, my suggestion to improve your game that translates to college football and possibly a higher division are the following. All right, first thing is strength training. Okay, working on that explosive, fast twitch movement. All right, as a kicker, people don't realize, they think it's long, the kicking, but boom, when that leg snaps, boom, that leg's got to get through, follow through, everything's got to be on point. Okay, it takes a lot of power and explosion to be able to kick that ball off. Okay, for people who have not tried it, I have done it before. Okay, it takes a lot of quick twitch movement. Okay, got to work on that. Keep working on that explosion. Keep working on that power to drive that ball even farther. All right. Next is just consistent kicking technique. Like I said, that's one of the deals with your mechanics that I saw. Boom, just got to keep working on it all the time. Do not be satisfied with that. Okay, got to keep working on it. Right hash, left hash, moving back 5. Put yourself in those situations. Okay, now that's also going to go into your master of the situational craft. Under pressure kicks. 2 seconds left. We're down by 2. This kick wins the game. Okay, left hash. Got a little bit of a wind. Boom, playing that type of stuff. Okay, working on that craft, getting them as a kicker. Been there before. All right, working on that mind game stuff a little bit. All right, working on your onsides like you showed there. Okay, keep developing that. Keep working on both sides. Sometimes coaches want specialty kicks. They're going to ask you, you go to camp, hey, can you have your onside, have your specialty kick, something like that. They want to see you show that stuff off. All right, keep working on that stuff. Okay, but here's the deal: these improvements, all right, in this progress are what special teams coordinator, college coaches will look at. All right, so double down, do all these things, hit it hard, and if it translates to your video, okay, this can help you level up your evaluation and possibly have an opportunity at that upper NAI level, maybe lower D2 level. All right, but Joseph, at the end of the day, man, everything will come down to your individual work, your outreach, as well as your marketing on social media. As a kicker, that's going to be huge for you. Okay, got to market yourself, because sometimes they're not after the kickers as much. That's why we've got to be the one to make that push and help ourselves out. Okay, make sure we're doing things of you doing workout things, going to special camps, stuff like that. Make sure we're letting coaches know. Okay, make sure we're marketing the correct way. All right, and at the same time, work on that relationship building with college coaches. These relationships you're getting ready to develop with these coaches, especially as a kid getting ready to go through this process in 2027, is very critical. Okay, it's huge for you. All right, which is why the next step is you're at the interview. We're going to get an interview with a coach and get coached on communication and your interview skills, which is critical for the conversations you're about to start having with college coaches. All right, just to reiterate that. So make sure you watch the video beforehand and be ready to go. If you have any questions, we'll be able to answer them at the end of the interview. Thank you.